welcome back once again to Fat Cat Collections. Take out another holster by Craft, and that is their newest Craft Raptor cross-draw holster. I got mine for the CZ75. This is a CZ75 clone made by SAR. This is the SAR 2000. So far, let's talk a little bit about this holster. If you're new to the channel, you guys know I review all kinds of different products, but I've been working with Craft leather holsters now for quite some time, and you know, 90% of the holsters they send me are fantastic. There are some growing pains. A lot of times, you know, they make so many different holsters for so many different guns that sometimes if Craft aren't actually making the holster, they contract with Falco to make the holster on behalf of Craft. I've had some, like this Ruger Mark II, that have been a little disappointing just in the way that it fits. Again, leather is designed to, or these holsters are designed to actually require a little bit of a break-in. They do include, I believe, with every firearm or every firearm holster purchase, some break-in spray. I'm not sure what it actually is, but it helps you to just get a little bit looser fit, basically. Some holsters you don't need it. This one here was a little bit of a disappointment. I am going to talk about this one a little bit just because there are some, I think, things that Craft can work on to be better, right? When you're paying $80 for a holster, that may be competitive for a custom-made, custom molded, high-quality leather holster. You look at other brands, some brands are twice as much, sometimes more. But I do think regardless, there's some things you need to work on. Just specifically with this holster, where the thumb brake fits, it just doesn't go over the back of the firearm. You have to kind of bend it and get it around the back of your, where your palm goes, the back of the pistol grip. That's disappointing when you're paying $80 for a holster. You know, I get them for free, so it's something I can live with, but it just shouldn't be that way. But we're not going to harp too much on this. I originally made a video about this newest Raptor holster earlier. I decided to scrap it and just re-record the video just because I was a little bit harsh because, you know, some of the things that maybe bother me may not bother you. And I just want to make sure that that comes across clearly. So let's talk about this holster. So this is their, again, their brand new, specifically made by Craft cross-draw holster. Now remember, the CZ75 is a large frame pistol, so it's, you know, especially if you're a guy who's not, I'm not really a big dude. I weigh, as of right now, I fluctuate. Wintertime I'm about 185-ish when I'm kind of like trying to bulk a little bit. Now I'm trying to cut back calories, so I'm down to like 169. I'm going to try to get down to about 155 if I can. Harder when you're older, but I'm 169 as of today. And so for me, you know, a large gun like this, the best spot for me personally is kind of on the back of my my strong side hip, kind of towards above my butt. That's where I find it mostly out of the way. But this cross draw is pretty nice as well. It keeps the gun kind of high up on your hip, which is what I really I haven't had any other holsters that do this other than the one that came with my Canic. And what I like about that is when you're, I mean, for this, it's kind of hard to hide it, right? If you wear fitted clothing like I do, you're not really fooling anybody. So I generally prefer to carry the gun outside, like open view, right? But, you know, this isn't really, you know, this isn't fooling anybody. You know what I mean? So to me, it looks ridiculous like this. So again, it depends on the type of clothing. If you wear baggier stuff, you can definitely, you know, hide this, right? If you're wearing a jacket, sure. But what I do like about this is that it is high ride. So the bottom of the muzzle is actually right above your hip. Some other holsters I've worn before, they start to flop around. This is done pretty well. This doesn't flop out. It stays pretty close to your body, and I can actually cinch up on my belt a little more if I wanted to. Also, be noted I am wearing one of the Craft leather belts. I do recommend if you're going to buy a holster, get yourself a high quality belt to go with it. So what do I like about this holster? So this might not be comfortable for everybody. What I like about it is when you sit down, it doesn't really kind of like jam, kind of, you know, dig into your side or anything like that. This is kind of a nice option, definitely if you're getting in and out of a car a lot, I think anyway. One thing I found, you may feel differently about this, but you know, I take really good care of my vehicles. They're, you know, that's why they're over 20 years old. They look brand new. You know, my Honda, I did have to replace the leather seat at one point. It did crack. And when I started carrying a firearm all the time, I noticed that it's really starting to wear more. So I have a little back pillow I put in there to protect the seat. I don't want to get a big seat cover. I like the way the car looks, the factory stuff. So the pillow is kind of nice, right? It kind of protects the seat. But this is another really nice option. I'm really glad they sent this one to me because I find that I would like to get this for a few other of my firearms. Maybe the Taurus G2C, which is kind of the one I carry the most. A little bit smaller gun, but this is perfect. You're not going to scratch your leather. It's very easy to get in and out of things. It's not digging. It's nice and high up on your waist. And if you were sitting here, this is a little bit, you can definitely conceal this a little bit more, you know, but honestly, I love the holster. This is another one that, there's another holster by Craft that I constantly rave about. It's the double belt loop outside the waistband. It's a really big holster. I always wear it on the back of that butt cheek. It's the best fit for me, but this, I think is going to be my new go-to just because, and you may feel differently, but for me, this side of my shoulder, you know, when I have to reach back that far, not that I'm reaching back all the time, you know, I mean, it's not, the times, and this you may feel differently about this, some guys train all the time and they're ready for anything, and you, but for me, I just feel like if I'm going to have to reach back, it does kind of hurt the shoulder a little bit. You do what we got to do, right? But I do find this is a lot easier for me to access, a lot easier for me to draw, and it's really out of the way. So I love this holster. Now, my original video I did, I was pretty pissed off because the belt tunnel, and I'll show you this in a second here. Let me just pull the firearm out. And I'm just going to pop off the belt here, and I'll show you my original complaint with this, and it's still kind of a complaint, but it's better now because I went ahead and tried to break this in a little bit. So they have the belt loop. This is meant to fit a 1.5 inch belt. The initial cutout here is perfect. This fits a 1.5 inch belt, no problem. There's a little bit of play in there. If you have a thicker belt, this is going to work for you. I had a heck of a time getting the belt through the belt tunnel, and what I actually did was, in order to get this through here, and it's still really tight. This isn't going to be something that you're going to be able to take on or off with ease, right? It's going to take you a little bit if you decide to wear this and throw it on your belt. You know, if you like to rotate holsters or wear different types of carry, this is something that's going to take you a little bit. It's not the end of the world, but what I did is I sprayed the break-in fluid on the inside of this belt tunnel because you could not get the belt through this. I took a screwdriver and then I really kind of worked the leather to stretch it out a little bit so I could force the belt in there. That's, to me, a little bit of a design error and a little bit of a quality control error. The belt tunnel should not need to be broken in my opinion. You should be able to throw this on your belt with ease. It should fit just like this belt groove right here. So, again, kind of pet peeve of mine since we had the issues with this gun. This gun holster, we've had issues before. Craft, I think, you guys know I love their products, and not just because I get them for free. They are my go-to holster company. They make high-quality leather holsters, but they just have to work a little bit more on the quality control and really testing. And I don't know if they can do this. I mean, I don't. If I owned the company, this is what I would do: is that these holsters should be test fitted before you send them out to your customers. Now, I may be an influencer, right? I may not pay for it, but I'm paying in videos. I'm paying for my time. It takes me a good couple hours to really get a video up and running, and then the maintenance of that video and responding to questions and helping people. Maybe some YouTube influencers don't do that. I do that on a daily basis. So when somebody contacts, you know, somebody may contact me about this holster before they contact Craft. I'm working like to help them, you know. So I think that, you know, that if they're inspecting them to the customers, then great, but they should also inspect them for who they're sending holsters out to review, right? That's common sense to me. But again, when they stitch this should be stitched a little bit larger. Yeah, I know they're going to say, oh, well, it breaks in, but I don't think you should have to break in a belt loop. You know, just my 2 cents. But overall, I love the holster. So let's talk about it. I'm not going to read you everything off of here. Most important stuff, it's double stitch, it's a tie-in leather, it's super thick, it's duty quality, right? It's meant to be worn at your 10 o'clock belt position, and it's at a 65-degree cant. It has an open top muzzle design, and they say it's compatible with 1.5 inch gun belts. Great stability, I totally attest to that. It is exceptional stability. It's available in the mahogany or black color. I hope that Craft eventually does the white stitching on black. They only do it on the mahogany. And it says you're available for right-hand shooters only, which is surprising because we do have some left-hand shooters out there, right? So maybe in time, but pretty cool holster. I really like the fit on this. It's a great holster. And if you have it on your belt, most of the time when I'm wearing jeans, you know, I'll wear them for a couple days, but I don't normally take the belt off. But if you are going to, and this is what I mean by this, if you are going to get one of these, I would kind of recommend just getting a belt with it. This way you could just basically, for me, I'm going to put the buckle, it depends on the jeans you're wearing, but I can put the buckle through one side, right? And then I can go ahead and leave this belt on the holster, not have to worry about taking it off. Again, if you need to, you can, right? Just stretch out that belt loop a little more. You may get one that's just been stitched a little better, a little more room. Pop this on here like so. Awesome, guys. Again, really like the position on this. You know, you have to play with it. If it's too far to the front, it'll dig into your leg when you sit down. But for me, this is a perfect fit. I mean, I didn't really think, to be honest with you guys, when they recommended getting this new Raptor holster. They say, hey, we got a brand new one. How do you like this? When I've already had a couple cross draws, and I've always found them to be uncomfortable. I have one for my Canic. I'm sorry, for the Ruger G2C. I didn't like it. This one is fantastic. This is one I would like to have for the G2C. It just really keeps the gun out of the way, and it's very comfortable. So, and this is, again, a full-size firearm, right? So just a great holster, high quality, and the price point, pretty good. 80 bucks. I will state though, they forgot to monogram it. You can monogram it for $9. They normally send my monogrammed cat. They forgot, but I won't hold it against them. I do want to look into, just on a side note, they do make some pretty cool leather branding kits you can get on Amazon, which would be kind of fun to kind of, you know, maybe doodle on them a little bit. You know, I thought about putting like a black rose on there, a burned in rose. Could be kind of cool, which brings me to the custom holsters that Craft makes. If you go to their website, which you'd be dumb not to, link is in the description, check out their custom section. They got some pretty cool gold holsters. They got some pretty cool themed holsters. I think some John Wayne stuff. Don't quote me on that, but very cool stuff. And like I said, I have, I think at least maybe 8 to 10 holsters by them already. And one thing, even though we've had a couple little hiccups here and there with, like, you know, like I said, the thumb brake fitting properly on one particular gun, you know, overall the quality is just there. It's just really kind of improving the fit a little bit on specific models. So if I can help you guys in any way, by all means, drop me a comment, drop me an email. I'm always here to help you guys out. I want to thank Craft Leather Holsters again for the generosity. Stay tuned for my review on some of their duty gear. This is a baton holster. I'm so glad they're making stuff like this as well. I've been looking for something simple for my my baton. You know, you can get like the Kydex ones. There's lots of different options on there, but not a lot of leather. And this is nice because it just keeps it, it's a very discreet holster. It's simple. It's got a thumb brake and it comes out really easily. So definitely stay tuned for that. Anything else, guys, hit me up. Have a great day and take care.